Hello, my YouTube friends. It's Shannon once again. A little continuation of what I was just talking about. So we should see two videos from me anyhow here. Let's see. Hope you're all doing good. I'll just pick right up again because a lot to cover, really. My big mouth. Anyway, I'm talking about the standards of care in those very, very early stages or beginning steps for those of you that haven't come out, that even are still really dealing with it within your own mind, that you could possibly be a tranny, that indespicable, disgusting, just all the colorful, wonderful things they have to think and say about us, and you feel this now about you, is, oh my goodness, I feel my heart goes out to you. But you have to. You have to go do something. So go get that professional help. I'm going to talk about me for this in this video, and hopefully you'll mirror some of this, or you'll understand it. Maybe not right away, but you'll understand some of the challenges that lie ahead. And what we do, what many of us do when we begin our transition, and when we go seek the help that I'm inviting you to go do. So anyway, back to the guidelines, back to the standards of care that were mapped out for me, that were brought to my attention. You can look them up on the internet. You can talk to a counselor about them. Um, you'll hear about them if you don't know about them. But anyway, I'm like going on 2.5 years. I'm 2 years and a few months hormone replacement therapy. And I was in and out of therapy throughout my life for different psychological issues I was having. But the undermining real issues I had were my gender identity. And maybe you're this kind of person too, or maybe you have problems too. I don't know. Or maybe you're just not old enough. Maybe you're so young you have not yet experienced um, such challenges that lie ahead. It's very possible. It just depends. My life wasn't really, I don't want to say my life was a simple one. I don't think it was when I reflect back on it. In fact, I think it was extremely difficult and it was very, very hard from many facets, not just my identity issues. But my identity issues were a real undermining issue of a lot of the problems I had in my life. And when I was younger, I didn't know that. I didn't, or if I did, I just didn't accept it. I didn't. It was a status thing or something. I just couldn't reveal that. Didn't want to be retarded. I didn't want to be like. I wanted my friends. I wanted life just like it was. I wanted everything to be just so. That's how we want. We want to be able to control everything. And if you're transgender and you think you're transgender, if you think you're transgender, you probably are. And you can't control it. And you think that you can. I thought I could. I did. I did a really good job of controlling it. I would take it out and play with it at a lot of different times in my life for a lot of different reasons or a lot of triggers or a lot of things that would, you know, I would think I would finally get it out of my life and then boom, there it was again. It would just really never ever go away. It was like a ghost. The, you know, a ghost living in my closet, a ghost living in my mind, in my life. I was like another personality that just would not leave me alone. And I controlled it. I thought I made it up. I thought it was like, a fetish, or I could put all kinds of colorful, wonderful descriptions on it and say what I thought it was, when the whole time it was this. It was transgender. And in my time, when I grew up, when I was young, and I use this for my excuse, if you came out, you faced such consequences. You'll face consequences even today, but what you would have faced 20, 30, 40 years ago were tenfold of what you would face today on from a looking at it on a scale, because society just there was hardly no knowledge at all about gender dysphoria, gender identity, transsexuals, transgenders, the whole concept of it. There's so much more of it out there today, and it's accepted in so many different parts and facets of society today that this is why I encourage you to help yourself. Help yourself. Go do it. But anyway, those standards of care, um, when I began my psychotherapy and I started down that road of transition, I fought it even as I got into therapy. I went in there asking the psychiatrist, could she make this go away? And she said, I don't know, let's see. And then she put me through a diagnostic process, some testing, lots of counseling. And, it just started becoming unaffordable for me because my insurance wasn't covering what I was going there to see her about, and I would pay it out of my pocket. And then so, she was making some recommendations and giving me some knowledge and insight to what others did under certain circumstances, similar circumstances. And let me digest that on my own, and it took longer. But I finally got to the point where I was becoming more accepting of who I was, and that reaching a conclusion now that I was old, that I was never going to be able to make this go away. It was going to be with me forever. And could I live like that without coming out for the rest of my days? And I sit here today and tell you, I don't think so. I mean, there's times even now I still want out of this life. I look for the exit. It's like, okay, you show me the exit and I am gone. See ya. And that's quite common amongst people with our issues. There's a high rate of suicide. There's a high rate of, morally, I just don't think I can do it. I never believed I could do it. I've had challenges with it in the past where I've come very, very close, if you want to call it that. I contemplated it so much that and my life was so upside down. I just did not want to live, but I just couldn't do it, and I don't encourage anyone to do that. Love yourself instead. You know, deal with who it is you are. Find the help that's out there for you. And by doing so, as you get that help, and as time goes by, and as you nurture it, and as it manifests and grows, I think that you're going to become more comfortable, and you're going to start loving yourself, and you'll start trying to find things in your life that give you reason to want to be in this life again. So it's like a rebirth almost, or it's a revelation of sorts, but when so many years go by and then you deal with it so late in life, you're paying huge consequences as if I would have opposed to had I done this so many years earlier. But then again, those earlier years, had I come out, I don't know, but I probably would have lost all my then friends, possibly my family, um, possibly my sanity. I don't know because I didn't do it. But there's the consequences I pay now for doing it so late in life is I'm never going to be as physically beautiful. I'm never going to, I missed the whole era or the whole, what do you say, the whole time. I'm going through puberty, but I mean the whole time that a young girl would be like attractive and young and beautiful and have potential and have a very, very good chance of connecting with other people out there in society, a partner, a companion, somebody that could really, really love them for who they are. And when I look back, had I done that in my time, I don't think so. I would have lost my jobs. I would have never been able to work. I would have had, people would have had to take care of me. I would have been challenged from every different part of my life that it was inconceivable. And you might feel that way now, that that's true for you too, but the times have changed. There's so much more to your benefit to help you. So many more tools, so much more support, um, so many more examples, and there's such a larger community to reach out to you and for you to reach out to them. And so that's what you need to do. You know, if you know you're trans, help yourself. You know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely difficult. But people will come around if they truly love you, and they do truly love you. I'm going to talk about some of those people in my life in the coming videos because I bent those standards of care rules and guidelines as, like I said, as I mentioned prior, that we all do. And we pick and choose and curtail those things to us as we begin our transition and get comfortable. And it's like sticking your toes in the hot water and waiting till it like acclimates and you can slip yourself in slowly. And that's kind of what we do with our transition. And we make everything work around how we feel instead of just jumping right in, which sometimes is a good thing. We test those waters. We warm up to everything and let everything warm up to us. But again, we bend the rules when people are telling us all the time, you need to go do this, and you just like, I can't. I can't do it. No, I can't. I'm not ready. You are ready. You just don't know it. And and for everything that you procrastinate on, there's a consequence for it. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to point out. So, on to the next video. This one's too long. I don't want to try to make them too long for you guys to sit in front of here, this, these videos and listen to me. Because I'm trying to get your attention. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.